Hey guys. All right. I wanted to cover this because, wow, I've been talking to so many coaches who feel like their business doesn't align with them. They're not getting people to opt-in freebies. They're not getting people to webinars. They're not selling programs, or they're not even getting people to their one-on-one. So I want to explain to you how I built, and I'm going to just put this, a 6-fig business. And I also, in full transparency, want you to know that that didn't happen overnight. I made $13,000 the first year, $27,000 the second year, and then invested in a coach where we worked on niche, sub-niche, message, multiple messages, and then crafted my offers from that. I think one of the biggest problems that we're coming into is and drop a one if you agree, there's tons of different marketing mentors, tons of different marketing strategies. There's tons of different CRMs from Infusionsoft, Entreport, MailChimp, MailerLite, tons of different ways to optimize, such as lead pages, ClickFunnels, Kartra, Kajabi, tons of different memberships. And everyone seems to be overwhelmed. The core foundation, and I teach funnels, I teach marketing from the soul, I teach a lot of things based on how I built my business. You have to take into account, one, the market changes every year. Number two, in an online business, how people process information changes every year. Number three is in the United States, when an election happens, there is about a 1 to 2 year I would say, issue in buyer personality, kind of buyer beware. And so you can't just watch marketing or business coaches or health coaches. You actually have to watch the economy in the world and what people are feeling so that you can build a business that also makes you money. Way back when, there were a few people, Monica Shaw being one of them, and I so excited because I was asked to do a giveaway by her, like handpicked, and so I'm super excited because she was one of the first people that opened my eyes up to this kind of work after I was working with my coach. And it's the core reason that now I am going to teach this over and over, because we often think, one, we're married to a niche for life. We also think, two, we get overwhelmed, we don't do anything, we stop because we think maybe it's not the right niche. Your story and your passion and why you coach and the reason why you want to do this is also infused to your niche message. So remember, if the message isn't right, no matter how great the freebie is or how great your website is, there's not going to be great conversions. Secondly, if there's not great clarity on why do you feel a person has to go through this journey? Why do you feel it's pivotal? So when I see people say, I bought a ketogenic program or I bought a high protein, low carb program, it's not working, I ask them, do you eat this way? Or do you believe this? And they're like, no. Then I say, then that won't work for you because you can't really stand behind it with soul and conviction. So how I built my business was really based on pain points, my pain points. If you are a person, and again, your story is still relevant, maybe you didn't go through cancer or an autoimmune or diabetes, and the list goes on, but you are sick with the system or you feel it's broken, that's still a story to stand on because you've witnessed what? Babies suffering, kids suffering, people suffering. You've witnessed maybe in your own heritage. For example, I am an Ashkenazi Jew. There are certain things that we experience being Russian and German. Same thing for African American women and men. There are certain things that are in that culture. Start to really get clear on that. And the pain. I think a lot of mindset coaches have problems because they say, change your mindset. Go back and think, why do they want to change their mindset? Pick out 10 solutions or 10 problems. Change your mindset so you have better sex with your partner, or change your mindset so you make more money in your job and you have more energy. Change your mindset and that's like taking just a direct page out of Tony Robbins, or even Les Brown, or any mindset mogul, Gabby Bernstein, Danielle Laporte. So, or Cynthia Pasquarello, which for many of you who have our Easy Weight Loss or our 60-day weight loss program, that is a mindset program on changing the habits for weight loss. So just always think about the end result and then reverse engineer into the problems that we face on a daily basis. So we don't, and hence we don't achieve that. So let me just break down how I got there. Number one, and I'm just going to draw a few boxes up here. These are free lead magnets. Now, I've heard a lot of coaches say, business coaches, well, somebody's just going to come on your list and they're going to doubt it and opt out. Maybe, because that's part of business. Whether you're using the online space to build your one-on-one offline or groups offline, again, I did really well offline, and that's why I hear and I tell many of you who are struggling, go offline, get to know people, have those human conversations. Or whether you're using the power of online to build an online business, it's still the same. People have to either get to know you, personal message you, get to know you, meet you at an event, at a vendor table. Maybe you're speaking at a yoga studio, health food store. Maybe you're speaking at a women's center. Maybe you're speaking at a school. But again, how have they found you? Because we have to show up. And for some of you, you don't have great conversion with live streams. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So this is why I think free opportunities are really great. One, let's just say hypothetically, we are going to focus on, for this exercise, and I'm more than happy to really break this down simple for almost each niche, because when you do think of each niche, and this was kind of mind-boggling to me when I realized that, it's really some of the core main issues that the masses are searching for. Better hair, better skin, less trouble in their digestive intestinal area, better bowel movements, more energy, better skin. Skin issues are a problem for many. The list goes on. So that could be hormones, gut, cleansing. That could even be like just corporate men and women who feel stressed in life and they are experiencing the following. So I really want you to think about your niche and actually the core problems. Then you niche down with that message as you get super clear on who really are your people. And in the beginning of coaching, in addition to sometimes you've picked a niche and it's not clear, especially in the online space, it's not clear what you do. It's not clear with the copy on your site. So everything needs to blend together with a cohesive message. We were talking about this in my membership where I had someone talk about cohesive messages with social media. We had also talked about content planning and making it a cohesive message. So let's just break down this being gut. Because I know a lot of people work gut, they work hormones. So lead magnet, what did I have? I had a 3-day cleanse. I played around with the words. You could use detox, cleanse, you could use clean eating. I also had a juice cleanse with smoothies. Now again, when you think about my sub-niches and you reverse from gut and autoimmune is a pretty big one. I believed that the journey to get your gut better was that you needed to do what? Start at the basics. Get that liver stagnation moving. Work on the bile flow. Bring in some, I didn't juice today, so I went out and bought one. Bring in some vegetables that are going to do that. Lemon to alkalize. Spinach and vitamin K. Celery to take the toxins out of the liver. Cucumber as a cooling, just unbelievable hydrating vegetable. So I believed in that. But I do believe that not everyone is ready for a juicing. So I wanted to give extra smoothies. So it hit both people. And again, maybe somebody was like, how do I lose weight? I ended up getting so many people who came to me for weight loss. What I did strategically, not even realizing at that time, is that almost year 3, it hit me that I was pushing away these people who were coming to me. So I started saying, I have a very different approach to weight loss. And that is through the power of gut, because all disease begins in the gut per Hippocrates. We have so many of these issues because there's stagnation, there are sugar issues, they're all stemming from this liver and pancreas. So let's get down to business. So then I also had steps for gut repair. I also love to have one on probiotics. I also had one on drink me skinny. And I would play around with the different verbiage. I also had like one on a mom makeover. I actually ended up having about 15 of these, which is how I built my list. I didn't just do them. And so when I say lead magnet, this could be a freebie, workshop, offline, online. This could be a live. Same thing across the board, each opportunity. And then what do you end up getting? You end up getting people that are actually searching for these. Do you know how many people say, what are probiotic foods? And I think, wow, there's a lot of information out there, but I guess people are confused. So maybe another one would actually be hormones, which I had, because so many people don't even realize that gut health is so related to hormones. And at the time I was struggling. So it doesn't mean I'm a hormone specialist, but it means I wanted to provide valuable information, and information that was very overwhelming in places. I also had ones on essential oils, because that's what I did. Each of these were a reflection of parts of my business, because I believed in them all. I think at one point I had a paleo cleanse. The freebies that you see in our programs, like the 5-day clean eating, I did that as a giveaway in December. I got 523 people and I gave a Whole Foods gift card. So sometimes it's not just about, your website. It's about doing something that's different instead of just sign up so I can market to you. It's, hey, do a giveaway. I'm gonna pick the 200th person, or I'm gonna pick the 300 or the 100. Make it fun, make it interactive. So many of you I hear, nobody interacts. Well, make it interactive. Step out of the box of this one-way thinking. Of course, we want to have something that goes free to Tripwire, to one-on-one or Gateway, to like a 3-month or 6-month program. Of course, everyone in an ideal world, but that's not how the health and wellness industry always works. The health and wellness industry with somebody is about them getting to know you, to trust you, to trust that you're going to take care of them with the journey that helped you or the journey that helped somebody else. So knowing your story helps you, because these were just all reflections of things I needed to discover. I wanted to know all the different probiotics, CP1, Renew Life, Custom Probiotics, Prescript Assist, Jordan Rubin's Garden of Life Primal Defense, and more. So I wanted that in a place. Why not offer that to people as a worksheet, a handout? It doesn't always have to be a guide. This, and I just want to add one more, and I've been talking about this a lot, is video series, education. When you say, I boosted, I paid for a Facebook ad and it's not working, maybe you're not educating. You're just like, sign up, sign up, sign up. So I want you to start thinking different. We're in Q4. This is the time to plan for Q1, but really to plan in a different way, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over. These, and I'm just going to put this as our freebie section, these can lead to your one-on-one. I like a 2 or 3 tier work with me. What does that mean? That means that you're taking them through a journey. Hey, so how long have these problems gone on? Oh, since I was, 10. Yeah, my problems went on since I was like 6 as well. And I had so many issues even at birth. I was always constipated, and I had colic, and I had, cradle cap. I would suggest, if you want me, if we as partnership really want to get to that next level, I'm going to tell you what my 4-month program is about. And this doesn't mean that your gut or your hormone or your weight or anything is like quote unquote fixed. This is about us having more time so we can figure out your blueprint. Because one man's food is another man's poison. Nobody has the same blueprint. That's why when I hear coaches say, people aren't doing my program or they're not following, you have to take in human fear. It may not be right for them. It may be right for you. It may be what you discovered after all the time, but maybe it doesn't work for them. And so they're resistant, and they're intuitively resistant. So that's why I never pigeonhole dogmatic into anything, because I needed to go through that self-discovery. A lot of people, you might do ketogenic, but for me, when I'm fully keto, and I had to do it for autoimmune stuff, and thank God it worked, I started feeling just deprived. Even though keto has great foods, but I can't have restriction, otherwise I kind of binge eat. And I can't tell you how many of you guys, even as coaches I've talked to, and you say the same thing. So start to look at your clients not as a number, not as a program, not as a list builder, as a person. That's why you got into coaching. How I built my funnels and my business was organically like, God, what did I want to have information out there? What did I need? It's a story. It's a conversation. This funnel is a conversation. It's not a shopping cart. The faster that you start to look at it with empathy, with soul, and not just like, oh, you're going here to here. You're like, wow, I can really take you guys here, and it's going to be super awesome. This is what helped me, again. Or it goes to programs. This can be done online, offline. This can also be done offline with Facebook. I did that often to just make it an interactive home, or it could be done online. And how do you structure your funnel? You want to pick 3 to 4 freebies, 1 being on your site or a bundle. You want to have 3 to 4 presentations. These are ones that you pitch to JV, health food store, mom center, juice shops, collaborations, all the things that I did, and all the things that I talk to a lot of coaches who you don't see them necessarily in the groups. This is all the stuff they do. You have to have a clear pitch. Pitch from the heart, pitch from the soul. What does it mean? And what benefits them? Then you need to know, maybe you want to have do-it-yourself programs. I consider these 1 to 3 weeks. Maybe there's 1 or 2 reflective. And then you want to think about the journey, your programs. How often are you launching? Maybe you don't want to launch multiple times. You want to launch 2 times. What are you taking them? Is it a paleo and transitioning them into like the thyroid program? Is it Eat for Energy, which is paleo, and then transitioning them kind of into like, okay, now we're going to really work mindset and find what works? Is it a detox or cleanse, clean eating, and moving them into the gut, or moving them into hormones, moving them into sugar? Think about the journey. And I will close with this. Hold on. Let me just flip this around. Okay. Hey guys, I will close with this, is that I talked to a coach yesterday, and she She works with corporate men and women. She was very clear the moment I got on the phone with her, which we've talked before. She said, I don't just work with women. I said, neither did I. I loved working with guys. There were some of my just best clients, and I don't mean like best, I mean just, clients that really taught me about like how busy a guy is, very verbal. Like, I can't do that. I've got to be at a meeting that night. And so I had to learn how to create what I call the busy person schedule, which I actually had another freebie called that. And so she said, and these are the issues. I said to her right away, listen, so many coaches will spend so much money on courses, workshops, programs, that it work for someone else, but maybe they're not right for you. When you look at my site with the Done For You programs, what intuitively calls to you? And she was like, the 60-day weight loss. And I said, well, then let's figure out a few messages for that. And who is it great? And she was like, thing that I'm confused about is like, I want this to be a 4-month. So without needing to extend it and do shopping lists, which take about 2 hours, I said, well, then let's look at a 2-step process. And she was like, oh my God, I love that. And I said, tell me what the struggle is. And she's like, I work with busy corporate men and women who often, gain weight. And I said, well, is there stress involved? She's like, yes. And I do a lot of mindset work. And I said, great. So now we're really getting into the bread and butter. And I said, what do they really need? And she was like, that's where I'm kind of confused. I said, well, what about the corporate person? So like corporate wellness is the niche and the message to them is one message. But I said, what about those who they don't have a weight issue? When I worked corporate, there was just a huge kitchen of candy and chocolate and cookies and zucchini bread and anything that anyone brought in. And also our meetings in the morning had huge like donuts and bagels and our everything. I said, what about the person who stress eats at work because they get a phone call, a deal's going down, it's not working, or maybe they got upset by their boss, they're stress eating, they're not telling anyone, and they're not overweight, they just are not happy, especially when you're corporate and you're driven and you're successful or you desire to up level. There's a certain type of personality. I said, a person hates to feel out of control. And yet what they realize is if they release control, there will be a time where it feels super uncomfy, but then they'll find their stride. Like they'll feel really empowered. I said, do you feel that the precursor to losing weight is also about really learning like how much can your body tolerate as far as sugar? How does it affect your metabolism? How does it affect your brain, your energy, everything? She was like, that's exactly, like I was looking at sugar repair and I said, okay, so great. Now from these programs, you're gonna have your webinars or your events paid. I said, and if you wanna go for the system, because we were looking at system, I said, those 5-dayers or 7-dayers could be a masterclass, all staying within your niche, but utilizing it so you work smarter, not harder, and really speak to all the different elements, because there's not just one element to any of us. There are many different elements. There might be your focus, which is your niche, and then you sub-niche down women, men and women in corporate America who are busy, stressed, and find that they reach for sugar, for energy, and really have a different message. And so a topic under that could be like sugar is this overall theme that you really want to focus on. So then we looked at even like what would be really good, 5-day clean eating, 7-day sugar cleanse, because maybe somebody who is not even corporate, but just finds her, or, got out of corporate and can't reset their daily habits, finds the 5-day clean eating and says, oh my God, I really would love this. And that becomes a tripwire. And it's not even after an opt-in, it's just a product that you sell on your site. So as you really think about it, and we often have to talk it out, we then declare like, how do we really speak to our potential buyer? And to me, that is the make it or break it of a business. you know, we get caught up in the technology of what we're going to do instead of really thinking, what does this person need? What do I need to offer? What are they searching for on Google? Should be your biggest question. Instead of, oh my God, instead of FOMO, like this person's that, it's like build it the right way, feel that it, and make sure it aligns with like, you know, what you do. You know, I often hear a lot of women who don't have kids and they want to work with moms. And I say to them, tons of women don't have kids, 100%. But do you feel in your heart, in your soul, I know you can help that mom, but do you feel that this is the right niche for you? Like women who are overwhelmed with what to eat, they've got kids with food allergies, their immune system is crashing. Do you feel that a woman who is a mom is going to feel a connection to you? Because that is what a business is about. It's a connection. I see Michael Jones here, and I remember when we talked many years ago, and Michael said, you know, I'm just not getting like the engagement. And I told him, I said, you know, start doing these videos and showing your personality. I said, you have such a great personality. That is how people connect. It's not just always the material. I see in my paid groups, even people will say, well, I don't have any engagement. And I think, well, if you're doing a Facebook Live where you're just like this, hi, today I want to talk about chlorella. It's been really helpful. It can do this. It's not really going to be enticing. And if you can't get comfortable, practice offline with people. But if you're like, guys, oh my God, you know, this is what really helped me because I had, and thank God I don't anymore. But, you know, this is how I make sure I don't have that anymore. Like, invite people into your life. That is what a health coach is. You know, when I look at someone like Marie Marlowe, why did she create the skin detox? She had skin issues. Why does she talk about like a healthy food shopping tour? Because most people don't know how to do that. And if you don't know how to do that and you're eating herbicides, pesticides, hormones, and all this, you're going to have skin issues. So think about, you know, looking at coaches also. It's not just like throwing something up. It's about thinking, how does this solve a problem for the person who is following you, potentially following you, and how can you infuse that almost into everything? I hope this was helpful, guys. If you have any questions, please let us know. If you have not signed up for the niche course, it's free. That's why we're doing this. I feel that the struggle can honestly be lessened significantly. So with that being said, I hope you have a beautiful day. Again, tag under any questions, concerns that you have in your business, or where you just feel freaking stuck and you are at that I want to quit phase, because we've all been there. All right, it's been beautiful to be with you. Again, my name is Rachel Feldman, and I'm just so blessed to have so many of you here, and I look forward to just a beautiful, healthy, niche-specific year, and us getting back to what Gary Vee talks about a lot. Like, look what he does so well. He connects. It's not always the prettiest lives. It's not always the prettiest emails. I mean, but he connects with people, and he makes sure that he knows their deepest issue, and he creates content around that. Aw, thanks, Tammy. Anytime, guys. Have a beautiful one. Hi, Steven. Great to see you. And again, tag here. Thanks, Jocelyn. Again, you guys are the magic to us changing this world. And we got a lot of work to do. And if these people can't find us, what are we going to do? Awesome, Yvette. Have a beautiful one. I will see you guys later. Again, tag here, go into the event section if you want to sign up. If you don't, I don't take it personally. But I will say, find somebody that you align with their message and you align with how they taught. I did, and I know that is what changed my business. So I hope you have a beautiful one, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.